Morning in Oteo land felt different now. Not louder, not brighter, just truer. The light in the crystal dome stretched itself slowly across the floor, as if it knew the day didn't need hurrying. Every beam seemed to pause when it reached the satchel resting on the work table, as if greeting an old friend. Oteo tied his boots, humming without noticing. The satchel's leather had softened with use. The constellations show up as deeper scar lines, and it had chosen to stay. The satchel no longer glowed unless he asked, but it radiated a quiet confidence, a well-told story. Katie entered with a stack of charts taller than Fetchy. Status report, she said, dropping the stack on the table. Earth response, stabilized. Memory echoes, aligned. Radar's coherence levels, unexpectedly improved, says Katie. Tori wandered in behind her, carrying a basket of pastries. I brought empirical evidence, he said. It tastes like success. Fetchy raced in tight circles and rammed into a chair, which toppled over in gratitude. Oteo smiled. So, today's mission? Katie lifted her chin. Maintenance, updating the glimmer box, testing the new remembrance cards, and teaching the school across the lane how to use the feather symbol without summoning a breeze strong enough to rearrange lunch. Tori nodded solemnly. Lunch must remain fixed. Oteo picked up the satchel and settled it across his shoulder. It felt natural there, a truth he no longer had to remember consciously. Before we do any of that, Oteo said, there's something I want to check. Oteo and Tori walked to the ridge overlooking the Clutter suburb. The boundary between the two lands shimmered faintly, a soft reminder that some edges were meant to exist but could be made kinder. Below, the raiders, Lazy Lurk and Huffy Hate were surprisingly industrious. Buzz Blabber stood at the center of a half-baked construction site, holding up an instruction sheet upside down. Sticky Lies hammered nails confidently into the wrong board. Lazy Lurk supervised from a sunbeam. Drifty Fog held a clipboard and declared everything breaking news. Gloomy Gloom corrected errors while pretending not to enjoy it. What are they building? Tori asked. A clubhouse, Katie said, scanning the structure. Or a trap. Hard to tell. Gloomy Gloom noticed them and waved a little awkwardly. Oteo waved back. Buzz Blabber cupped his hands. Greetings, saviors of doors and feelings. Oteo smiled. Good morning. Buzz Blabber gestured proudly at the crooked beams. We have decided closets are no longer acceptable literature. We now promote windows. Windows? Oteo echoed. Yes, Buzz Blabber said. Filled with light, and seeing, and air, and sometimes bees. But we're in negotiations about the bees. Sticky Lies nodded. We only open closets now to store snacks. It feels like character growth. Tori sniffed. Smells like snacks. Katie punched a few buttons on her visor. Their cooperation levels are at 70%, Katie murmured. That's almost civilized, Katie said. Oteo felt warmth rise under his ribs, the kind that arrives when something unexpected chooses to be better. Oteo called down, Thank you for yesterday. Truly. Buzz Blabber puffed up proudly. We were astonishing. Gloomy Gloom added, and helpful. Buzz whispered, Yes, that, too. Lazy Lurk yawned. We want to try again. If you ever need us. Not in the morning, though. Oteo nodded. We'll remember. Then, gently, the ridge breeze changed and carried a reminder. The world wasn't finished asking for help. Katie touched his shoulder. You're thinking big thoughts again. Not big, Oteo said. Forward. Back inside the crystal dome, they spread the remembrance cards across the work table. Their symbols spun gently above their surfaces. Wind, water, flame, braided with a fourth symbol that had formed overnight. A circle with a soft gap at the top, like a welcoming door. Choice, Oteo said. Memory's hinge, Katie added. Tori leaned close. Looks like a donut. Oteo laughed. Everything looks like food to you. Only the important things, Tori replied. They organized the cards into small sets. One to help children practice focus without pressure, one to encourage teamwork gently, and one to remind them that courage didn't always mean loud. The cards hummed softly, recognizing each other like siblings. Fetchy grabbed a flame card and chased it in circles until he knocked himself over. The card hovered above Fetchy politely until he regained dignity. Oteo placed one card, the remembering symbol, in the satchel's inner pocket. It felt right for the satchel to carry the thing it had taught most fiercely. "I'm ready," Oteo said. Katie nodded. "Then let's visit the school." Tori stretched dramatically. Time to spread wisdom and snacks. The school across the lane was a warm swirl of color and noise. Children darting like fireflies, teachers carrying stacks of papers, and patience. When Oteo entered, the talking stopped for half a second, like the pause before a question. Then 36 hands waved wildly. "You came back," the children shouted. "Show us the cards," the children shouted. "Make the flame one dance again," the children shouted. "Fetchy sat on my shoe yesterday. Do you have snacks?" the children shouted. Tori stepped forward with the pastry basket. "Yes," he announced. "I do." Katie set up a small projection on the board to show the feather symbol. Katie spoke clearly but gently, explaining that focus wasn't a tight thing, it was a soft leaning. Oteo sat among the children and opened the satchel. Its glow spread like warm sunlight across the floor. The children leaned closer, quiet and curious. "Remember," Oteo said softly, "these aren't magic tricks, they're tools, and tools don't fix things alone. You fix things by how you use them." A girl in a yellow sweater asked, "Is it true the satchel was crystal once?" Oteo nodded. "Yes, but only because I didn't know enough to let it be what it really wanted to become." "What's that?" she asked. "A keeper," Oteo said, "of moments that matter." The girl considered this, then hugged her notebook as though it was secretly important. Oteo felt something tighten sweetly behind his ribs, a good ache. By late afternoon, the remembering cards had found their homes tucked into book bags, placed on desks, shared between best friends who argued twice a day and forgave 3 times. The teachers waved Oteo's team out with tired gratitude. On the walk back, Oteo stopped at the ridge one more time. The world beyond looked unchanged from far away. But Oteo felt the difference not in events, but in permission. People were choosing windows instead of closets. Not all at once, not everywhere, but enough. Katie stood beside him, ready to rest. "Almost," Oteo said. Oteo closed his eyes and pictured the Earth Children from his dream. The Veo Veo game transformed into Oteogo cards. The leaning, the noticing. It wasn't magic, it was looking. "Someday," Oteo said, "I want to learn from them again." "You will," Katie replied. "After snacks," Tori said. Fetchy agreed loudly. That evening, as lantern moths rose in gentle swarms and Oteo land hummed with peaceful industry, Oteo set the satchel by the window. Oteo ran his fingers along the leather. It felt older than any material should feel after only a handful of days. Scars glowing faintly like small memories at rest. The scent of smoke and rain lingered, a reminder that danger had been present, but so had choice. "Thank you," Oteo said again. The satchel pulsed a soft, mellow glow, more felt than seen. Oteo looked out over the land. 2 worlds, 1 glow. And now, a third idea is forming in the space between them. Not guardianship, not protection, companionship, because memory wasn't meant to be locked away. It was meant to be shared, tended, and used. "And tomorrow," Oteo whispered, "we begin the next realm." The satchel warmed. The feather symbol shimmered faintly on its flap. Then the droplet, then the flame. And just for a heartbeat, the outline of a 4th realm flickered in the corner of Oteo's vision. Something ancient, something he hadn't named yet. Oteo blinked, and it was gone. But the idea remained, quiet as a spark, waiting for air. Oteo smiled. "Windows, not closets," he said to the night. "Always." Fetchy curled at his feet. Katie stacked her lists by color. Tori snored like a polite earthquake. The crystal dome dimmed its lights and held them gently. Outside, mischief wandered the horizon, sniffing for stories, but now it understood something new. When people remember what matters, mischief becomes a companion, not a threat. Oteo touched the satchel once more. "Tomorrow," Oteo said softly. We go. The satchel pulsed steadily, certain.